First, just how did you find out the news? Was it told to you by someone within the organization, and just what was your reaction?
I was in the shower last night after the game, and Mike came running in and told me, and nobody really let me get out of the shower. Everybody came in and congratulated me and hugged me, which was a really awkward celebration, and but it was it's how it went down.
How does this I mean, the second time around, does it feel any different? Any just how is it compared to the first one?
Yeah, it was, you know, finding out as late as I did was a little bit of a shock, and just the way the year's gone. Individually for me, it's been a there's been some really lost moments for me at the plate, but being able to, I've always been told since I was little. My dad's preached that hitting is gonna come and go. It's an extremely difficult thing to do, but there's always other ways you can impact the game and help your team win. And I feel like I've really tried to hone in on that this year when my hitting hasn't been what I expect it to be, and whether that be stealing bases or being over and coming up in a big situation and driving in a run or moving a runner, whatever it is. I feel like I've done a pretty good job of doing other things than being the consistent hitter that I want to be this year. So having gone through that and still being able to earn the respect of my peers in this league and have them vote me in to be an all-star it's really a special thing for me.
Annie.
Hey, Whit, congratulations.
Thank
you. Does being voted in on the player ballot mean anything more to you as well?
Yeah, it means the most, frankly. The fan vote is great, and we appreciate all the support we get from the fans, but nobody knows what this game is like more than the players and how tough it is. And outside of numbers, what guys are doing and the type of, I guess, ability that just isn't reflected solely on looking at a box score. And players know that better than anybody. So to have, be voted in by the players, it means a ton to me. And it's something I'm very appreciative of and thankful for.
And then I wanted to ask too, your consecutive games played streak is the longest active in the majors, and you're coming up on the Royals franchise record. I was just curious how big of a point of pride that is for you and as part of your game.
It's a huge point of pride. There's a saying that your best ability is your availability. I take a lot of pride in putting my body in position to go out and perform every day. Not only my body, but my mind. This game can be as mentally grueling as it is physically. And, I've trained my body for a long time to go out and play every day. I work really hard in the off season to have a good base to go out and play 162, and the work throughout the year, and just being able to show up every day and be willing to play and want to play and want to go out and help my team win. That's something that I'll always bring to the field every day. And it's not my job to put me in the lineup, but it's my job to be available to be in the lineup. And I'm thankful that Ned and Mike have continued to run me out there, because it's something that I want to do. I want to be out there every day, and I'm fortunate that they keep doing that. So as long as, Lord willing, I keep staying healthy and they keep wanting to run me out there, I'll ride this thing out as long as I can.
Alex.
Hey, Whit, I know you mentioned the lost moments, and you've also talked about how you don't expect it to always be peaches and roses, but just how tough has it gotten for you at the plate, or did it get earlier in the year, and just how did you claw out of it?
Well, it happens every year. It's just this year I haven't been able to, salvage or scrap across a hit when I'm not feeling well, or, it just seems like this year when things are going bad, they've gone bad for an extended period of time. And part of it, I got to get better at my consistency. I've done a pretty good job in the past, and this year hasn't been my best as far as day in, day out, where my swing's at, where my approach is at. And it's just part of baseball, really. It's just part of being in the big leagues, facing the type of pitchers that we face day in, day out. It's tough, and that's been a little more difficult for me this year. And I've had some hot streaks though, and I've had times where I've felt really good, and it's just a matter of trying to hone those times in and find what's working for me and be able to do that more consistently. And I've done it in the past. It's just something that's happened in the first half of this year. But that's why I play 162. So at the end of the year, we can see where we're at.
You said too, just like you talked about getting ready physically. Also, how much is it like a mental thing? I mean, we talked before about like you sometimes you just show up, you don't have it mentally, and you just got to grind through it. But how much this year? And like you said, you have had hot streaks, but how much when it's been bad has it kind of been sort of a mental, just, I don't know, not being able to counteract whatever they're doing to you?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I can point to a lot of things. The high expectations that we had after our start, and then going through a struggle, and then sort of getting out of the type of player that I am to try to do more and help us get back to winning. And then, just there's a lot of factors that go into hitting, and I just got to be better. Plain and simple. I got to be more consistent. Is a better way to say it. I got to be more consistent, and I have the ability to do that. I think I've done it, proved that I can do it, and I've done it in the past. And it's just these first, I don't know what we're at, almost 90 games has been a little too streaky for my liking. So, I'm still feel like I'm having a pretty decent year. I'm just I'm a little too streaky. I like to be a little more consistent.
Joel.
Hey, Whit. Couple things for me. First, you talked about the meaning of the players voting you, and that always means something to every guy, I think a lot. But for a player like you that isn't the 50 home run hitter that can fly under the radar, although I think every team very well knows, what you do, smaller market, had to grind so hard to get here. What does it mean to you, just the journey to two-time All-Star now, and how hard you've had to work to earn there was a time where you weren't in the lineup every day.
Yeah, you're right. It's been a crazy journey, one of many ups and downs and peaks and valleys, but it's got me to where we're at now, and there's a lot I wouldn't change about it, but I think it's just a testament to just keeping your head down and keep working, and if you work hard and do the right things and play the game the right way, this game finds a way of rewarding you. And like I said earlier, it's an incredible honor to be voted in by fellow players, to have them watch me play and appreciate the way I play and go about it, and think I'm worthy to represent, the American League in an All-Star game is it's an incredible thing. And, I'm super blessed and grateful that the guys voted me in. So it's been a long journey, and I hope it's a lot longer. I'm looking forward to many more years battling against guys in this league. And this is something I'll definitely cherish, and I appreciate every moment, really every day in the big leagues, because it really is a special place to be. And I'm very fortunate to be here every day, and looking forward to going to Colorado and experiencing the stage that the All-Star game is with the best players in the world.
And the last one for me, Whit, and I'm not going to ask you to criticize or comment on any guys that chose not to go, but for a player that has really made it a point, I think you said to me last month that there's a difference between being injured and hurt, play through being hurt. Could you personally imagine not playing in this thing yourself? I mean, other guys are going to do what they're going to do, but some of them doing what they did might have opened up a door for you too.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. So, yeah, I mean, personally, no, I don't think there's ever, aside from maybe, my wife delivering our kid during the AllStar break, I don't think there's ever a situation where I would skip out on the AllStar game. I just I don't see that happening. Granted, I don't know this scenarios for other players or the situations that they're in, so I can't speak to them, but I know for me, it's something I wouldn't miss.
Linworthy.
Hey, Whit, obviously we're talking a lot about just, at the plate, and the offensive production at the top of the lineup has been one of the things that you sort of hung your hat on, but also the versatility has been something that the Royals have really, relied on you for, and your ability to move around. To be a two-time All-Star and to be a guy who's played multiple positions and has had that flexibility, what's the significance of that for you? I mean, obviously we don't know yet where you'll go into the game, but I mean, I'm thinking the last game you were in outfield and you could be in second base this time around, just a guy who's, been a star as a versatile player.
Yeah, I've talked about it before. It's something I take a lot of pride in, and I don't want to just be a guy that can move around. I want to be a guy that can move around, and when I'm at that position, be a defensive standout. I want to be a guy that can go make plays, and I want to do that in multiple positions. And yeah, it's something I continue to work on, something I can get better at, just like every other part of this game. But yeah, versatility is a big part of baseball now. You're seeing a lot of teams value that. It's a valuable thing for a manager to have, and it's something that I'll continue to work hard at and continue to try to stay as versatile as I can. And yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy bouncing around and staying sharp in multiple positions, but it's something I've done for a long time, and I'm pretty comfortable doing it.
And you got another one, Lynn? Okay, just one with Vern then.
Thanks. Whit, I was surprised after listening to you with Cody and Gold, surprised that you chose to play in the All-Star game rather than those meeting with contractors over the next few days. I'm wondering, do you have a role in the home run derby now that you got to support your boy Selvey?
Yeah, when I found out and Salvi came up and congratulated me, I told him I was fired up to be the Gatorade towel guy. Watching all the home run derbies growing up, there's always the timeout and the guy that gives him the towel and the Gatorade. So I told him I get to be that guy this year. So, and I get to talk crap to Miggy, who's throwing in BP, and if he hadn't hit enough home runs, I get to yell at him. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to the derby. Can't wait to cheer on Sal and see some of these other guys just absolutely launch balls in Coors Field.
And then Lynn mentions your versatility, a two-time All-Star. Obviously, every team would love your services. You've been through this before, this time of the season. I'm wondering how you deal with people on the outside talking about you being a trade piece.
Early, I would say 17 or 18. I really, I guess, looked into it or thought about it more than probably should have, and it sort of drove me crazy, just the not knowing, what was going on, and I didn't really realize at that time, because I was still relatively new to all of this, how much is out there, or how much circulates, I guess, and how much nonsense is out there, and how much just isn't true. So I don't know. I'd already found an apartment in San Diego and Chicago and Boston. I'd already done that 3 or 4 times, and we're still here, obviously, and I'm thrilled to be a Kansas City Royal. And I've learned that whatever happens is going to happen, and I don't have say in it. And it's not my job. It's my job is to show up and play. And if if Kansas City thinks it's their best interest to trade me and to move on, then that's just what's going to happen, and I really can't control that. So I'm just thrilled to be here. I'm thrilled to continue to wear the Kansas City Royals on my chest, and I'll continue to do that until someone tells me that it's time to take it off. But for now, I'm fired up to be here.
Appreciate it. Congrats again.
Thanks, Vern.
Everybody good?